Welcome back to our final segment of Get Involved Pittsburgh. We hope that you've enjoyed the third episode. We've had some great people on the show, and I hope that you've learned a lot from all of them. We're bringing back two of our guests today to talk a little bit about Big Brothers Big Sisters. That's where I work. My full-time professional job is at Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm very honored to be the vice president of programs there. Have been a Big myself since 2002. I got involved when I was still out in Lancaster County, and I can proudly say that my little brother Preston, who's now 18, is still one of the best things I've ever done in my life. So I'm very proud to be involved with the organization, and I often tell people that I drank the Kool-Aid a long time ago on Big Brothers Big Sisters. But here are two of our guests. We got Frank Tagano back and Luke Skirman, two people that have been involved in the organization. Luke's a former board member of Big Brothers Big Sisters. He's been matched for 5 years to his little brother Dominic, and Frank, we learned, is in his honeymoon stage. Him and Roland have been matched for about 6 months now. Guys, thanks so much for being Bigs. Thanks for being on the show again today. Let's start with Luke, since you've been involved a little bit longer. Why did you decide to be a 5 years ago?
You know, I wanted to just give back. I wanted to do something that I felt was really meaningful to me, something that really impacted the community. Again, you know, as we spoke earlier, I feel like I've been very blessed and very fortunate, and I just want to give back and help as much as possible. I'm an only child. I've never had a brother. I've always wanted a brother. You know, and I love kids. I want to try to help, you know, the next generation, and being a volunteer Big Brother it made so much sense to me.
And your little brother Dominic, how old is he now?
He's turned 15 on the 4th of July.
Great.
And he's a sophomore at Wilson Christian Academy.
Good. Well, congratulations. I've met him a couple times. Seems like a very nice young man.
Yeah, he's the man, yeah.
Very good. How about you, Frank? I know you've been matched with Roland now for about 6 months. How's that going for you?
Great. It's going great. Probably all the same reasons I wanted to get involved. Roland's 12, and it's a great time. Great experience.
Good. A little embarrassing stories, because I made fun of our friend Mike Rethage earlier. Frank, on the day that he was getting matched, actually texted me during the day at work, and he was like, "What should I wear tonight?" A little nerve-wracking, right, guys? When you get matched with your little brother that first time, what should we wear? Will they think that we're cool? All that kind of stuff. If either of you guys could take us through the process of that match night when it all came together. It's a great night, a lot of exhilaration, a lot of, it's a thrill, but what was the process like for each of you on that match night? Frank, we'll start with you now that I've embarrassed you a little bit.
Right. Well, it got a lot more comforting when Roland has an older sister in the program too. So when I met the mother and I realized all that made it a great stress relief there.
Yeah.
But for the first time, it was his mom says, "Oh, he talks so much," and he was a little nervous, and I was a little nervous, and the match specialist was a little nervous. So there was a lot of nervousness in the room, but it was really exciting.
Right. We're guys. We're not always great with emotion, right?
Yeah.
So I got 3 guys in the room together in your situation. That's
Yeah.
cool. How about for you, Luke?
I remember it really well. I met his mom, Giovanna. I met the staff support specialist, and I met Dominic. And it just seemed like it made a lot of sense. We both love sports. We both love music and being outside and being as active as possible. And we were just ready to kind of have our first activity together. I remember our first activity. It was an action-packed day. We went to go play basketball, and then I went to the CVS with him, and I bought him the U.S. News and World Report's Guide to Best Colleges. I told him, "You're going to go to college. Go ahead and pick out any school that you want to go to." And he said that he liked Duke University, University of Pittsburgh, and Carnegie Mellon's. We went to Carnegie Mellon. We played racquetball that day around campus, and I've been trying to pump him with college thoughts for the last 5 years, and we got 3 more years to go. And so far, I hope it works. But we're having a lot of fun so far. But it was a great first day.
I think my little brother, who's 18, he's a senior in high school. I think he gets tired of me talking about college. But it's a fun thing, right? Because all of us, we're like, if we could change this or we did this differently, we could, maybe have had a different college experience. So it's a lot of fun to help guide these guys and help them out a little bit. So that's great. That's a neat first outing, though, Luke. I have to admit, that's one of the more unique that I've heard of. For you, Frank, you and Roland, what did you guys do on your first time out?
Well, going with what he was saying, Roland he just started school again. And he is taking a French class. So I went, the first thing we did last time he showed me his schedule was we went right to Barnes & Noble, and I got him a French to English dictionary and some books on French to learn the language. So education is an interesting thing with these kids. We do typically everything and anything. We do pirate games. We do a lot of sporting events, a lot of basketball. We catch football, things like that. We're going to just went kayaking. Just a great city to do all these different things.
Great. And I know it's not, we always tell volunteers, and I do a lot of our volunteer trainings at the office, it's not always rosy, right? There's some bumps in the road, and I know, Frank, you might still a little bit be in the honeymoon phase where everything still seems perfect. Luke, you and Dominic have been together for some time now. Has it all been perfect, or have there been some...
There's definitely been some ups and some downs. You know, he's gone through a lot. You know, his closest male in his life, his grandfather, passed away a couple. That was really tough on him. He's had some ups and downs with school. Last year he went from traditional school and he had to finish the year in cyber school. He's back in a normal high school this year. But yeah, there's definitely been some ups and downs. It puts things into perspective. I came from a very privileged background where you kind of take some things for granted, realize how lucky you are to just kind of be able to play outside in great neighborhoods and be so focused on school. But he's doing great right now. I think he's really starting to really catch it and get some stride. But yeah, there's been some ups and downs for sure. But you learn from it.
And that's going to happen. I think every match, has its ups and downs, and we always tell volunteers.
And it teaches you that the challenges are what really open things up and provide new challenges and teach you great things.
Right. That's a perfect segue, Luke. The idea of teaching you. I always say that Preston's taught me just as much as I've ever taught him. I've learned so much from being a big. What have you guys learned from your little so far? Frank, I know it's been 6 months, but have you learned anything from your relationship with Roland?
Even in 6 months, a lot. I mean, it's just a humbling experience. Whenever we have so much going on in our lives, and the first thing I do when I see Roland this weekend is he tells me about how some girl stole his pen and how upset he is, and
it's
things
different
like
than
that.
like paying making payroll or like.
Yeah, it's a much different scene, and it's just so enjoyable. I mean, every story he tells he's so serious, and it's wonderful.
That's great. Luke, what have you learned from Dominic?
I think the value of trust. He's guarded sometimes, and he doesn't know with all of his emotions. And it's taken a while to really, after 5 years, really know that I'm in his corner. I really listen to him. I really want the best for him. Sometimes I'm a little bit tough on him just because I want him to do great in school. But yeah, it's amazing how they're vulnerable, and they want to make sure that they're not exposing themselves and hurting and getting hurt. But that's been a great experience. I've loved watching. You can't just start talking about things that you can talk to an adult about, and you have to be a little bit more slow and a little bit more. It's fine.
Right.
And it's great.
That's good. Well, I'm a little biased. Obviously, I work for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I think we have a dynamite staff, though, that works really hard. We're one of the top 16 in the country for quality, which I think is great. Making sure that we have long and strong matches, obviously, like Luke's, is our goal. Have you guys felt supported by the office? And if so, what kind of things have you done with the office? Any events or programs, activities?
I've done so much.
You're like, I'm tired of those.
I mean, when we started off the program, I was worried as a 24-year-old. Can I really? They said you got to see Dominic twice a month for 1 year. That's your minimum commitment.
Absolutely.
So I said, okay, I got to get through that, and I was so excited to get through that. And we did everything. We went to Steelers training camp. They set that up. We've done the summer party and the picnics.
Picnic.
We've done the ice skating rink at Shenley Park. We've done building robots with Google. We've been to Pirates games. We've done so many cool things together, and it's all been responsible from all the donations from the individuals in the community and from Big Sister staff.
That's fine. I had a volunteer earlier this week at training tell me that she has no one to go to the zoo with, so she looks forward to going. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff that we as young professionals don't always get to do because we're not parents yet. So
Exactly.
when you have a little, you get to check out some new things. Hopefully the organization provides some good resources, some activities, lots of tickets, right? Frank, lots of tickets so far. What have you guys been up to?
We went to a Pirate game with Big Brothers Big Sisters, but now we just, with the Penguins coming into season and everything, so it's great. There's always opportunity to do things with the group, so it's nice.
Well, some of our bigs and littles Sidney Crosby suite last night too, which is great. I mean, it's just an amazing opportunity. It's not something that I would have ever gotten to experience as a kid, so I know these kids are loving it. Even our bigs are loving it, so it's a lot of fun. Any thoughts from you guys on people watching at home, men or women, who might be interested in potentially being a big? What would you tell them? Is it a good experience? Would you recommend it to other people, Frank?
I'm in the honeymoon stage, so everything right now, it's
ask
great.
Luke, he'll have the real opinion.
It's great, though. It really is. And I mean, I'd do it over again if I could and everything. It's wonderful.
How about you, Luke?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I think that people get worried that they're not sure if they can keep up with it, or they move, or they don't want to leave the child behind. But the reality is that you can make an impact, and whatever you do is more than the little has today. And I think that You'll learn so much. It will be so gratifying, and they really need your help. I mean, the people that are requesting to be part of this program, they really do need big brothers and big sisters, and I think you should definitely step up and help. And it's a totally gratifying experience, and you won't doubt it for a minute. You should all go out and be a big brother, big sister.
It's a great endorsement. We should have you on commercials and things. That was great. Well, Frank and Luke, thank you so much for being Bigs. We really appreciate all of your service. I thank you for being on the show as well, but thanks for all that you do for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. It's been a great show, so I appreciate your time.